You are standing at a unique intersection of time and opportunity. It is 2026, and you are in your 20s. This decade has always been pivotal, a time of profound growth and self-discovery. But today it carries an unprecedented weight and a shimmering potential. The world is accelerating at a pace that can feel terrifying and also exhilarating. Technological advancements, particularly in artificial intelligence, are reshaping industries. They are redefining job roles. They are shifting the very ground beneath our feet. This constant flux creates a landscape of uncertainty, a fog of infinite choices, which can easily lead to paralysis and a sense of being perpetually behind. Many feel lost, overwhelmed by the pressure to have it all figured out. The common misconception: success comes from a single monumental event, a lucky break, a viral moment, or a genius idea that strikes like lightning. This narrative is a fantasy. True, lasting success is not a dramatic sprint to a finish line. It is a patient, deliberate marathon built on small, consistent wins. The choices you make today, the seemingly insignificant actions this week, are the building blocks of your future. In your 20s, you have the most valuable asset: time. This is your chance to lay the groundwork, to install the operating system of habits and skills that compound for decades. Consider Sam, 24, navigating this landscape. Sam worked a standard part-time job and spent free hours scrolling other people's highlight reels. He watched trends explode and fade in the blink of an eye and felt a growing anxiety, a ship without a rudder. Instead of a massive overhaul, Sam committed to 3 small changes. He dedicated 30 minutes a day to learning one high-demand skill. He set up an automatic transfer to move part of each paycheck into savings. He had one meaningful conversation with a new person each week. 1 year later, the cumulative effect was undeniable. The skill landed him a better, more engaging job. The savings became a respectable emergency fund, security he hadn't known. The network led to his first freelance client, the start of a side business. Sam didn't win the lottery or stumble into luck. He understood progress is methodical, repeated steps. He chose a direction and began walking, one small step at a time, proving an extraordinary life is paved with ordinary, consistent actions. Ambitious goals are inspiring, but they often crumble under the weight of their own magnitude without a support system of daily habits. We often overestimate the importance of one defining moment and underestimate the value of making small improvements on a daily basis. The secret to achieving significant long-term change is not to aim for a radical transformation overnight, but to embrace the power of tiny, almost imperceptible actions. If your goal is to become a voracious reader, the path is not to force yourself through a book a week, but to commit to reading a single page each day. If you want to build a fitness routine, start not with an hour-long gym session, but with 5 simple push-ups every morning. These tiny actions are powerful because they are too small to fail. They require so little initial motivation and willpower that they easily slip past our natural resistance to change. By making the barrier to entry almost non-existent, you make it easy to show up. Consistency is far more important than intensity when you are starting out. The goal is not to achieve a specific outcome on day 1, but to forge the identity of a person who performs the habit. You are not just doing 5 push-ups. You are becoming the type of person who never misses a workout. Once this identity takes root, scaling the habit becomes a natural progression rather than a daily struggle. To put this principle into practice, begin by selecting just one habit you wish to cultivate this week. The key is to make it ridiculously small, a micro version of your larger goal. For instance, if you want to learn to meditate, your habit could be to sit in silence for just 60 seconds. Next, integrate this tiny action into your daily routine and track your progress. A simple check mark on a calendar or a note in a journal is enough to create a feedback loop that reinforces your commitment. This visual proof of your streak builds momentum and makes you less likely to break the chain. Finally, reward yourself for your consistency, not just the outcome. Think of your habits as you would think of compound interest for your money, but for your personal growth. Planting a single seed does not yield a forest overnight. For a long time, the growth is slow, almost invisible. But with daily watering and sunlight, that seed eventually sprouts, grows into a sapling, and then, over years, matures into a towering tree that bears fruit. Your small, daily actions are the seeds of your future self. The initial returns are modest, but the long-term rewards are exponential. The work you do today, no matter how small, is an investment that will pay dividends for the rest of your life. In the rapidly evolving economy of 2026, the value of a job title is diminishing while the value of your skills is skyrocketing. The traditional career ladder is being replaced by a more dynamic, project-based lattice where your abilities define your opportunities. Artificial intelligence can now automate a wide array of routine tasks, from drafting emails to analyzing datasets. However, this does not make humans obsolete. It makes certain human skills more valuable than ever. The individuals who will thrive are not those who compete with AI, but those who can leverage it, guide it, and perform the complex, nuanced tasks that remain beyond the reach of automation. To future-proof your career, you must focus on developing a portfolio of skills that are difficult to automate. These are often called durable or evergreen skills. First and foremost is the ability to think critically and communicate with absolute clarity. This includes both writing, speaking, the capacity to take a complex idea, distill it to its essence, and articulate it in a way that is persuasive and easy to understand, is a superpower in a world saturated with noise. Second is creative problem solving, the ability to look at a challenge from multiple angles and devise innovative solutions. Finally, a foundational understanding of technology, such as basic coding, data analysis, design thinking, allows you to speak the language of the modern workplace and collaborate effectively with technical teams. The process of acquiring these skills does not require enrolling in a 4-year degree program. In fact, a faster and more effective approach is to adopt a mindset of continuous, targeted learning. Focus on mastering one skill at a time, perhaps dedicating a month to each. Utilize the wealth of high-quality, short-form courses available online that can provide you with the fundamentals in a matter of hours, not years. The most crucial step, however, is to move from passive consumption to active practice. True learning happens when you apply your knowledge to real-world projects, no matter how small. Build a simple website, analyze a public dataset, write a detailed proposal for a mock project. To accelerate your learning curve even further, embrace 2 powerful techniques. Teaching feedback. As soon as you learn something new, try to explain it to someone else or write a short summary of it. The act of teaching forces you to clarify your own understanding and expose any gaps in your knowledge. It is the ultimate test of comprehension. Simultaneously, actively seek out constructive criticism. After completing a small project, ask 1 or 2 trusted individuals to review your work and provide honest feedback. This is not about seeking praise. It is about identifying your blind spots. Learning in public, practicing consistently, iterating based on feedback is the fastest way to build skills that will not just get you a job, but build you a career. Your relationship with money established in your 20s will have a more profound impact on your life than almost any other factor. Financial freedom is not about earning a massive salary. It is about building disciplined habits that create a gap between what you earn and what you spend, and then putting that difference to work for you. The good news is that mastering personal finance does not require you to be a Wall Street wizard. It starts with a few simple foundational principles. The most important of these is to pay yourself first. This means treating your savings as the most critical bill you have to pay each month. Start by saving at least 10% of every single dollar you earn. whether it comes from a full-time salary or a small side gig. The first destination for these savings should be an emergency fund. This is a crucial buffer of cash set aside for life's inevitable surprises, like an unexpected car repair or a medical bill. Aim to accumulate a starter emergency fund of $500 to $1,000 as quickly as possible. This single step will provide an incredible amount of psychological relief, freeing you from the stress of living paycheck to paycheck. Once that initial fund is in place, you can expand it to cover 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses. It is also vital to be deeply mindful of debt, particularly high-interest debt from credit cards. While some debt, like a mortgage, can be a tool, consumer debt is a wealth-destroying anchor that can hold you back for years. Once your emergency fund is established, you can begin to think about long-term investing. This is where the magic of compounding truly takes effect. You do not need to be an expert stock picker. For most people, the most effective strategy is to consistently invest in low-cost index funds or ETFs, which hold a broad basket of stocks and provide instant diversification. The key is to start early, even if you can only invest a small amount. The years you have in your 20s are your greatest investing advantage, as they give your money the maximum amount of time to grow. Commit to learning one new investing principle each month, such as the difference between a stock and a bond or the concept of asset allocation. A simple but effective trick to manage your daily finances is to treat your money like a well-organized team, with each dollar assigned a specific job. The most reliable way to enforce this is through automation. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings and investment accounts on the day you get paid. By moving the money before you even have a chance to see it or spend it, you remove the need for daily willpower. You are making your future self a priority. This simple system ensures you are consistently building wealth in the background, allowing you to enjoy the rest of your income with the confidence that you are taking care of your long-term financial health. In our hyper-connected world, it is easy to confuse a large social media following with a strong professional network. While digital platforms are valuable tools, a truly powerful network is not measured in follower counts, but in the depth and quality of your relationships. Your network is the ecosystem of people who support you, who challenge you, and open doors to opportunities you might never have found on your own. Building this network in your 20s is not about transactional networking or collecting business cards. It is about fostering genuine connections based on curiosity, generosity, and mutual respect. The best way to begin is by being genuinely interested in other people. Start small by focusing on adding value before you ever think about asking for something. Generosity in networking can take many forms. It could be as simple as sharing a useful article, offering a thoughtful comment, or making an introduction between two people who could benefit from knowing each other. Section 6. The safety net of side income. Creating your first stream. In the modern career landscape, relying on a single source of income is becoming increasingly risky. Corporate loyalty has waned. Industries can be disrupted overnight. Economic uncertainty is a constant. Building one or more additional income streams is no longer a luxury for the ambitious. It is a crucial financial safety net for the prudent. A side income, even a small one, provides resilience. It diversifies your financial base, reduces your dependence on a single employer, and empowers you with a greater sense of control over your life. It serves as a low-risk laboratory test. New skills explore entrepreneurial ideas, potentially discover a passion that could evolve into a full-time venture. The key to starting is to begin with something small and manageable that leverages a skill you already possess or are currently developing. Do not fall into the trap of needing a revolutionary business idea. The goal is not to build the next unicorn startup from day one, but to validate that you can create value that someone is willing to pay for. Think about your existing talents and interests. Are you a clear writer? Are you proficient with a particular software, design, organization, teaching? Your first side income stream should be a direct extension of one of these capabilities, minimizing the initial learning curve and maximizing your chances of an early win. There are countless ideas for a starter side job that you can begin with minimal upfront investment. If you have strong writing skills, you could offer blog post writing, editing, content creation services, show Upwork, Fiverr laptop profile. If you have expertise in a specific academic subject or professional skill, you could offer online tutoring sessions via Zoom. Creative individuals can sell graphic design templates, stock photos, social media presets, show Etsy marketplace. For those with a technical inclination, small helpful app, specialized spreadsheet, simple automation, bot can become a source of passive or semi-passive income. The initial phase is all about learning and iteration. Your first project might not be a huge financial success, and that is perfectly okay. The real profit is the experience you gain. You will learn how to market your skills, communicate with clients, manage your time, handle payments. These are all invaluable business lessons that you can apply to future endeavors. Start by creating a simple online profile or portfolio to showcase your skill. Reach out to your existing network to let them know what you are offering. Your first client may very well be a friend or a former colleague. The journey of 1,000 income streams begins with a single dollar earned on your own terms. Section 7. The lost art of deep focus in a world of distraction. In the 21st century economy, the ability to focus deeply and produce high-quality work is becoming an increasingly rare and valuable skill. We are living in an environment engineered for distraction. Every notification, alert, endless scrolling feed is designed to capture and monetize our most finite resource, our attention. This constant barrage of stimuli fragments our focus, erodes our ability to think critically, and leaves us in a state of perpetually shallow work. To truly excel and create work that matters, you must intentionally carve out and protect periods of intense, uninterrupted concentration. This practice, often called deep work, is the superpower of the modern knowledge worker. The foundation of deep work is creating a ritual that signals to your brain that it is time to focus. This begins with clearly defining the single, most important task you intend to accomplish during your session. Vague goals like work on the project are ineffective. Instead, be specific. Draft the first 3 sections of the report. Debug the user authentication feature. With a clear target in mind, you must then ruthlessly eliminate all potential distractions, turning off your phone or putting it in another room, closing all unnecessary browser tabs, and disabling email and messaging notifications. Your workspace should be a sanctuary for focus, not an open door for interruption. A highly effective technique for structuring deep work is to use timed work blocks, such as the Pomodoro technique or longer customized sessions. For complex tasks, try setting a timer for 60 to 90 minutes. During this block, your sole commitment is to the task at hand. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently guide it back to the work without judgment. When the timer goes off, take a mandatory break of 10 to 15 minutes. This rest period is not a luxury, it is essential. Step away from your screen, stretch, walk around, or simply let your mind wander. This allows your brain to recharge and consolidate information. Keep a single dedicated notebook to park stray ideas, then return to the task. Cultivating the ability to focus deeply is a skill that requires consistent practice, much like strengthening a muscle. By starting with short sessions and gradually increasing their duration, you can retrain your brain and reclaim your attention, enabling you to produce your best work in less time. Section 8. Your AI co-pilot. Achieving literacy in the new age. In 2026, AI is no longer futuristic. It's a fundamental tool. Ignoring it is like ignoring the rise of the internet in the late 1990s. AI literacy is not optional. It's essential. You don't need to be a machine learning engineer or a data scientist. Understand basics, know capabilities and limits, and use AI as a co-pilot. Write effective prompts to brainstorm ideas, draft emails, summarize long articles, and write basic code snippets. Treat AI output as a first draft. Your value is to guide, evaluate, fact-check, debias, and refine. Learn one AI tool in your field, stay updated, leverage ethically.